Hog wire fencing is pretty expensive, especially if you're not trying to keep hogs in or out. And for me, I'm just trying to keep the children in. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the type of wire that I used that comes in a roll. It's a little bit thinner, but it worked great for this project.
First, let's start out by measuring our 3 lower railing risers. I chose 3 inches high so I can easily sweep leaves off the deck. For the side risers, I'm using 2x4s, and for the middle, a 4x4. Then measure the distance between each post and transfer that to a 2x4 as the railing base. Next, I screw in the 2x4 risers to my deck post and 4x4 in the middle. Feel free to adjust any of my wood choices and height choices. You know your deck better than me. Fit your 2x4 lower railing support on your risers and 4x4 riser into the deck. Then I lay my lower support on them and screw them in. Sorry for the clumsiness. I'm having to use my left hand because my right hand is a little banged up at the moment.
I'm going to drill some holes throughout here just to make sure the water can drain out, prevent water buildup in our fence system here, railing system.
Here I measure the width and height again just to be safe. I add about an inch to each measurement. I'll explain why later. These measurements will be for the wire fencing support where I'll be using 2x2s. Don't worry, I'll show you the product I'm using real soon. Sometimes I feel like there's strange forces at work. Like, how would my tape measure attack me like this? Or maybe it misses me. How did this even happen? I realize you can't see the fencing at all where I'm going to be measuring it and cutting it. Ah, the joys of working outdoors. Just apply your measurements and cut to spec. And by the way, this is the product I'm using for the fencing. Take your actual post width and height measurements and apply those to your 2x2s. These will support your fencing. 2x2s split very easily, so I pilot hole each and every one where the screw is going to go. Since my horizontal supports go from post to post, don't forget to subtract the 2x2's height from your vertical supports. I almost forgot the most important thing in the shipping container. Ha! There it is. I dry fit my supports, then stencil a line along the inside where the fencing will go. Alright, now for the fencing. I found out that it's easiest to staple a corner in first, then work up the post. Using heavy-duty staples, I hit every section to ensure it's strong and safe. Then work across, pulling each section tight away from the post to make sure it's as taut and tight as possible. There's a good chance one edge won't perfectly line up where you can staple in a full section. That's why I added extra slack. Cut the vertical line out and then bend the tips up. Here you can watch me struggle with my stiff wrist. Here I'm going to screw the supports down as close to the railing as possible. Now with one side of the 2x2 support frame in, pull the railing as tight as possible and start stapling them in on the hooked part. I've got to stress this again. Pull every section as tight as you can to ensure that this fence looks straight and rigid. Otherwise, it could be a little wobbly. I'm using a 2x8 for the top of my railing, and I'm hanging it inwards so a youngster can't climb over like a cornice. And you have ample room for elbows and drinks. Once my 2x8 was cut, I screwed it into my 4x4 post and affixed my top vertical support and stapled away, making sure it was as tight and rigid as possible. Once every section was stapled in, I screwed the rest of the 2x2 framing in. But instead of screwing it into the deck, I screwed it into the adjacent 2x2, making it as snug as possible. This is the first railing I ever made, and I think it came out pretty good. But to be honest, Hog Wire looks better and it's way stronger. But if you don't mind a little floppiness and your OCD doesn't make you crazy, this is a great, affordable alternative. I hope you enjoyed this railing build, and I'll see you on the next one.